Carolina, pick one for us. 2, 5, or 9. Number 9. Okay, what do we do first? Set it to it. Alpha. You can pick any Greek letter. Okay, now what? Tell me what to write. Okay. Carolina, where is tangent 0? Three pi over 2. And pi over 2. Okay, Carolina, I have a question for you. Tangent is which 2 letters? Your choices are x over y or y over x. Y over x is correct. So what's negative 1 divided by 0? Undefined. So 3 pi over 2 and pi over 2 would be incorrect. What are my 2 locations now? So not here. Not here. Pi. Or 2 pi, or 0, right? So that would be 0 divided by 1 is 0, and 0 divided by negative 1 is 0. So let's write down 0 and pi. David, what is the restricted domain for tangent? David, where'd you go?
Negative pi over 2.
And?
Pi over 2.
Pi over 2. This is my cheesy number line. I need a common denominator. What's the common denominator here, David? Correct. So this one becomes what? David. This 0 becomes an equivalent fraction with a denominator of 2, because you said a common denominator is 2. So 0 pi over 2. How about this one? Pi over 2? Not enough pi. 2 pi over 2. David, yes or no? Is 0 in here? Is 2 pi over 2 in here? No. So our final answer, David, is alpha equals 0. 0 radians. Tangent at 0 radians will give us an answer of 0 on the inverse. Thank you, David. Okay. Mariana, pick one. 2 or 5? 2 or 5? Tell me what to do. Okay, so what do I write? Okay, now what? Okay, tell me what to write. Okay, where is cosine negative 1, Mariana? Where in the unit circle is cosine of some angle equal to negative 1? Where is cosine negative? Echo? Okay, so in radians that would be what? Anywhere else? Thank you. Hannah, what is the restricted domain for the inverse of cosine? Are they brackets or parentheses? So I have to be between here. Hannah, does this fit what we have here? Yes, it does. Alpha equals pi. Raise your hand if you got that. Good. Mary Grace, number 5. You don't have a choice. What do I do first?
So the equation alpha.
Now what?
Switch.
Ah! Mary Grace, what's another way of saying arc cosine?
Inverse of sine.
Inverse of sine. So sine -1, negative radical 3 over 2 equals alpha, and we're switching these. Tell me what to write now, Mary Grace.
Sine alpha equals negative
Thank you. Thomas, where is sine negative? Maybe it's helpful to find out the other way. Where is sine positive? Sine is positive in quadrants 1 and 2. Okay. So that means they're negative down here. Where is sine negative radical 3 over 2? Five pi over 3. Anywhere else? Four pi over 3. Let's write that down. Brooklyn, what is the restricted domain for sine? No, Brooklyn. We don't have a lowest common denominator. What is it? Uh-huh. So this will become what? Good. Good. This one? Good. Brooklyn, does 8 pi over 6 fit in here? If I subtract 12 pi over 6, does it fit in here? If I add 12 pi over 6, does it fit in here? If I subtract 12 pi over 6, does it fit in there? What do I get? Negative 2 pi over 6. And then if I reduce this, I get negative pi over 3. Alpha equals negative pi over 3. Now, I know what a lot of students got. A lot of you picked 5 pi over 3. Let me explain why 5 pi over 3 is wrong. 5 pi over 3 doesn't fit in here. Does that make sense? It's like the little kid who's fitting that little cylinder into the square hole. It only fits if you try to keep hammering away, and if it's made of steel or diamond, it's never going to fit in there. Okay? So you have to use your coterminal angle version. Okay? So if this was a free response question, if you left it as 5 pi over 3 or 10 pi over 6, I'd probably give you 3 out of 4. The answer is negative 5 pi over 3. So 3 examples of using inverse trig functions. Make sure to look at your restricted domain chart.